Hello, welcome to Domination the strategies. Okay, so now this is okay, so now I'm contesting the Arabian Sea because I need to have control over the water body here because I'm preparing for my Middle East operation. So I'm going to land some troops in the Middle East. Yeah, so the Arabian Sea is is now the key battleground. So for the Arabian Sea operation, I've assigned Yamamoto like the main fleet. For this, I've assigned this theater of operation to Yamamoto. So there'll be a CV Task Force 1, the main strike force that consists of 4 aircraft carrier, Akagi, Hosho, Kaga, and Ryujo, 3 battleship, Yamashiro, Fuzo, Nagato, and 13 light cruiser, as well as 7 submarine and 10 destroyer. So, generally speaking, the screening ships to capital plus carrier ships ratio has to be like 3:1, and the screening ships, the capital ships to carrier ratio has to be 1:1. So I'm following the Hoyford naval battle rule. So I show you. You can check this guide. Yeah, you follow this. You read this. And you read this as well as this one very important also. Where's the ratio? Here. The ratio of string ships to capital ship is a string ratio. So if you go position 100% is reached when the ratio is 3 strings per capital ship plus carrier. So for example, if you have 4 carriers and 4 battleships, you need 24 stringing ships to reach 100% string efficiency. So this out. Then the ratio of capital ships is called carrier stringing ratio. 1 capital ship per ratio. So I basically follow the ratio when I design this like task force. So this one will be on strike force mission from Bombay. Then I have submarine to do patrol mission. I have a small carrier task force that consists of Soyu, 1 Soyu and 1 battle cruiser, escorted by a few like stringing ships. So I follow the same ratio, 2:3. 1:3. I have submarine operating in the Gulf of Thailand. Actually, by right, I should unassign this theater of operation because I want them to focus on the Arabian Sea. Then so I have a heavy cruiser task force, 5 heavy cruiser escort by 15 destroyer. So this task force can be used for shore bombardment purpose as well as to support my carrier fleets. So currently this one is on strike force, but I should move this to a port here. I have a submarine on convoy ready mission, and I have this on patrol mission, and I have 2 light cruiser on patrol mission. So light cruiser has a surface detection of 3.5. It's used to detect like enemy ships especially their main battleship, their main carrier fleet. So their goal is to patrol for enemy task force, especially the enemy carriers and battleship fleet. Then my carrier task force, the main strike force, will be responsible for knocking them out. Okay, so this is it. Also, I've created a new artillery division. It's a defensive variation of my standard infantry division. It has 5 artillery battalion added. So this is my defensive infantry. Has 5 artillery battalion. So I use one of these defensive division to guard this area, because if you look at the enemy side, they have overwhelming numbers. So I need more soft attacks, more artillery support, because I outnumbered by the enemy here. So I just need extra like firepower to defend this area. I also have another like of this defensive division here. Okay. Yeah. Another thing is, let me check first. Oh yeah, I also have currently my light 10 division is this template Hago, 14 armor, 4 engine. So the hardness is the armor is quite high. Then I have 2-man turret, main basic velocity cannon, armor skirts, heavy machine gun, fuel drum, smooth launchers, twisty suspension, welder armor, and gasoline engine. So this is I've changed to a new model, and I'm producing 1.18 of this per day. So this is my breakthrough division with tanks. My breakthrough division with tanks, supported by 4 tank battalion, like 10 battalion. So this is okay. This is my home defense force. I'm currently using them to defend the home island, as well as the Marianas. I may upgrade this template to a full division if the Americans come and attack. Okay, I also have the Hohei Shiden logistic company. Okay, so I also have a logistic like variation of my standard infantry division template. So basically, this is my infantry template. I switch out the cavalry recon for logistic company instead. So where did I use this logistic company, this logistic variation template? I use it here because the supply here is quite low. So I changed this to the logistic variation. So now it's eating up less supply because of that logistic company. Yeah. So I create all these like special these variations for certain situation. So like this one needs a logistic company instead of a cavalry reconnaissance company. This one, the standard infantry division has a cavalry recon detachment, but this one has the logistic company instead. So I switch out the recon for the logistic company, so it's eating out less supply for this area only, only for this area. Speaking of like supply, I believe I have some air transport. I have 100 transport plane. So if you look at my plane manufacturing, I'm producing transport plane, tactical bomber, carrier fighter, road carrier close air carrier, naval bomber 2, close air support, naval bomber 2, hit 43. This is my main fighter, hit 43, Hayabusa Kaidi. So I upgrade this to quite. I dedicate 15 factories to producing them, because we need to win the war against the Western Allies. We need 2 things. First, a strong and capable long-range fighter, land-based fighter. Second is you need to have very good naval bomber, because naval bombers are very good at killing enemy ships from nearby island. I like to use naval bomber. Okay, so my Kaidi, I have extra range, extra agility, reliability 3. So I need air superiority. Then my GM Kai B if my naval bomber, I give it extra range. My naval bomber is the G4M Kai C, which is this one. Yeah, the G4M, the 1940s model. So I give it extra range. Extra range 3. Okay, good. So I'm building a powerful defense at Sino-Japanese border because China will declare war on me if I'm not well protected there. For example, I'm building lots of forts. I also start to replace a lot of weak divisions with the new defensive oriented artillery division, which I showed you just now. So I also replace, yeah, this one, the defensive oriented division. This one also, I switch them out once I have enough equipment. Yeah, all this. Okay, anyway, I'm building land fort. I'm mass construction land fort. I have land fort 1. So I'm building land fort around here. So this is my Great Wall of China. I'm building a lot of land fort. You also got land fort. You need at least level 3 or level 4 to offset the enemy numerical superiority. So level 4, level 4, level 4, level 4, level 2, level 2, level 2. So I'm building on the land fort. I'm out. Okay. Here. Here. Okay, then plane wise, I also have some. I created a Japanese air group of North China. So we need air superiority here. So currently have 1184 fighters. Okay, good. For 18 novel, I have to lower constitution law. So now we are contesting the Arabian Sea. So now we spotted enemy home fleet. So this is my main carrier strike force 4. Okay, well, first let's stop out. So I lower the constitution law because I have enough manpower and I'm losing factory output. Because I already have 1.73 manpower. So I lower my constitution law from service by requirement to extensive constitution. Because the previous one they were costing my they have a penalty on my factory output and dockyard output as well as construction speed. So I have to lower it up. Because I also have extra manpower. So I changed back to extensive construction. I'm maxing out my port at Bombay to cater to my super carrier fleet. Oh, this one not yet. But currently this is the force I'm dedicating for my Middle East operation. The 11th Army under Otozo Yamada and he's the 3rd Army under this one. I'm gonna meet a landing here. So my main carrier task force has spotted the enemy ships. 4 carriers. Yeah. But this one is intercepting first, so I'm going to put it on hold. But this one will intercept the enemy, the UK home fleet, which consists of 4 carrier, 2 light heavy cruiser and 2 battleships. 4 battleships. And all this, well, all I have. You compare my forces. Yeah. But basically they outnumber me. How many planes they have? 110 fighter plane. They have 110 fighter plane. How many fighter plane do I have? I only have 50 fighter plane. Yeah. I only have 50 fighter plane, so I decided not to engage this because they have more fighter plane than me. So I bet. Okay. This one also coming to intercept, but I'm going to put it on hold. It's a suicidal mission. Our main character also should put on hold. This is when I decided to amass a super carry fleet because this fleet is too strong. They have more planes than us. Decided to amass a super carrier fleet because of this. But I decided not to engage this force. It's too strong. Because they have more planes than us. You know their planes. They have 110 fighters. As for us, our main carrier class force, we only have 50 fighter. We only have 55 fighters. So yeah, it's not wise to do it. So I'm creating. Okay. Let's look and check. So my super carrier fleet consists of 7 carriers, 4 battleships, 3 battle cruiser, 16 light cruiser. So now I have 130 fighters. 130 fighters. 130 fighters, 130 naval bomber, and 80 dive bombers. Okay. And I also max out my port at Bombay. Because I need to cater to my super carrier fleet. Yeah, to cater them. Because don't forget that your ships get your ships get its supplies from the nearest port. So currently we are low on supply because our ships are eating up a lot of supplies. So I have to max it out. Yeah. Okay, then I'm creating an offensive-oriented infantry division with an additional light 10 battalion to give an extra breakthrough. This will reduce the need for mass production of tanks, as well as allowing me the flexibility to customize individual division depending on its needs. I also might need it for my Philippines campaign. So what it means is okay, because this is my original breakthrough template, so it has 4 10 battalion, but instead it's a good breakthrough division 208.4 breakthrough, but the thing is that it requires me to produce a lot of tank. So you look at my tank production. My light tank production, I only have a reserve of 28 tank. So this breakthrough division basically require you to produce a lot of light tanks. But because I'm not America, I only have 3 factories dedicated to producing this light tank model. So I create a new breakthrough division that consists of only 1 light tank, 1 extra light tank battalion. Basically, this is the offensive variation of my standard infantry template, the Hohen Shidan. So I basically add an extra light 10 battalion to provide the extra breakthrough. So from 54 to 98.4. Maybe I can add another one. The breakthrough will be more than 142. Yeah, so instead of having four light 10 battalion, I only have 1 extra light 10 battalion. I can maybe even add more armor to it. So I don't need to produce so many tanks. So I create this new breakthrough offensive oriented infantry division template. So it stands support is basically It's basically called offensive Hohei Shidan. It's tank supported. So I starting to produce them. Or one. So this one is I prepare a new army to invade the Philippines if need arise. So this one will have the offensive Hohei Shidan, which I need to break through the enemy defense line in Philippines. It's my note. Also, I have to get 1941 like 10 model ASAP. My 10th fleet is getting obsolete. So I'm getting the 1941 like 10 model. Because even though now the Western Allies the Western Allies, the UK, they still do not have sufficient anti-tank capabilities to break through my light 10 division. Because you remember don't forget my light 10 division has 75.4 armor. Basically, I maxed out the armor compared to the previous one. Previous one only have 25. So this improved light 10 chassis hardware has 75 maxed out armor. Even though my current light 10 chassis is quite strong, but as time passes, the enemy AI will acquire much stronger anti-tank capability. So I decided to get a new 1941 light 10 chassis. 1941 light 10 chassis. Okay lah, so I'll stop here. This is part 1 for my operations to contest the Arabian Sea. So please like, subscribe. Thank you very much.